We've got some bad news to share about the upcoming Apple iPhone 12, and I'll be sharing the details right after this. If you're new here and want to stay up to date with the latest tech, please hit subscribe followed by the bell. You can also keep up on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter by clicking the links in the description. So only a couple of leaks to share with you guys today for the Apple iPhone 12, and unfortunately it's not good news. We've got release date information along with news of hardware that no one wanted to see. Before we get started though, please like the video if you're a fan of Apple products and let me know in the comments what your favourite Apple device is. But the first story of today is in fact the release date of the Apple iPhone 12. There's been so much conflicting information with the current outbreak and Apple not sticking to their usual release patterns, but we may finally have an answer. Jon Prosser tweeted some release dates this morning that finally let us know what dates we can expect, and while he has been incorrect about a few leaks lately, when it comes to launch and release dates he's been spot on for everything. His tweet shows us that the Apple iPhone 12 phones are going to be launching on the 12th of October, and it's expected that they'll be showcasing all 4 models of the iPhone 12 at this event, but they won't all be up for sale straight away. The iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 Max are expected to be available for pre-order after the launch on the 12th of October. These lower end iPhone 12s are then going to be available to be shipped on the 19th of October. For those who want the iPhone 12 Pro or the iPhone 12 Pro Max, you'll unfortunately have to wait a little bit longer, as it's expected that pre-orders are going to begin in November and shipping will follow the week after. So bad news for those of you who have been waiting patiently, as I believe these leaks are probably accurate. Of course, it's not too much longer to wait, so if you've managed this long, hopefully you can go that little bit longer. Next up, we've got news about the iPhone 12 notch, and again it's not good. Most of you wanted at least a reduced notch size in the iPhone 12, but it's looking like we're not going to get it. I showed you a couple of days ago that Gwilio tweeted a picture of the OLED panel showing the same size Face ID, and we've now got another tweet from Mr. White who shows us a picture of the OLED panel and confirms that the Face ID notch is going to be the same size. Unfortunately, the sensors are large and they're required for the 3D Face Unlock, and this feature seems to be very popular among iPhone fans. Realistically, Apple are not going to remove this, so I would expect to see Apple keep this notch size for at least another year or two. The iPhone 12 is still a popular choice though, whatever variant you're going for. We get a very powerful phone with improved cameras, and it comes in this new flat edge, more retro looking design that is proving very popular among you guys. We already had a detailed spec and design list for all 4 models of the iPhone 12, so we're going to run through that now. For my regular subscribers, as you guys know, you would have already seen this, so jump on to the next video, but if you're new here, then hit subscribe now and we're going to get right into it. To start with, we've got the entry-level model of the Apple iPhone 12, and this is just going to be called the iPhone 12. It's a 5.4-inch iPhone with an OLED Super Retina display from Samsung. It's important to note straight off the bat that Super Retina means absolutely nothing, so don't get too caught up on that. But nonetheless, it's going to be an OLED display with a resolution of 2340 by 1080, and this gives us 475 pixels per inch, and it's got an 8-bit color depth. While there have been rumors of all models having 120Hz displays, unfortunately it appears that this model is only going to be 60Hz. It's going to be equipped with 4GB of RAM, and it's going to come with the choice of 128 or 256 storage. It's got an aluminium frame, and of course it uses the Apple A14 Bionic chip with 5G support. The iPhone 12 is coming with dual cameras on the rear, and it will of course be shipping with iOS 14. For those that want the 4GB of RAM with 128 storage, it's launching at a price of $649. If you want to upgrade it to the 256GB iPhone 12, then it's $750. Next up, we've got the iPhone 12 Max. To be clear, this is the Max and not the Pro Max. The iPhone 12 Max has a 6.1-inch OLED display. This again is a Super Retina OLED display, and we believe it's now going to be manufactured by either Samsung or LG, as BOE did not pass the quality assurance tests. It comes with a resolution of 2532 by 1170, and this gives us 460 pixels per inch, and again it has an 8-bit color depth. We get 4 gigs of RAM, a choice of 128 or 256 storage, and of course the iPhone 12 Max is powered by the A14 Bionic chip. It's got an aluminium frame, a 5G connectivity, and it uses a dual camera setup on the rear. For those that want the 128GB iPhone 12 Max, it's going to be launching at a price of $749. For those that want the 256GB version, then the price rises to $849. Next up, we've got the iPhone 12 Pro. The iPhone 12 Pro also has a 6.1-inch display, so it's actually the same size as the iPhone 12 Max, but we do have an improved display and specs. On the iPhone 12 Pro, we've got a 6.1-inch Super Retina OLED display with ProMotion and 10-bit color depth. The display is manufactured by Samsung and has a resolution of 2532 by 1170, giving us 460 pixels per inch. We are very hopeful of this 120Hz ProMotion display, but it's still been unconfirmed and there are a few people saying that this may not happen. The iPhone 12 Pro comes with 6 gigs of RAM and a choice of 128, 256 or even 512 gig storage. It of course ships with the Apple A14 Bionic chipset, and the iPhone 12 Pro is 5G compatible. It comes in a stainless steel frame, and on the rear we get a triple camera setup along with a LiDAR sensor for depth. For the 128GB iPhone 12 Pro, it's going to be $999. For the 256, it's $1,099. And for the 512GB iPhone 12 Pro, it's going to be $1,299. Last but not least, we have the iPhone 12 Pro Max. The iPhone 12 Pro Max comes with a 6.7-inch OLED display. Again, this is a Super Retina display and hopefully with ProMotion. We get a 10-bit color depth, and of course it is manufactured by Samsung. It's got a resolution of 2778 by 1284, and this gives us 458 pixels per inch. Again, we expect and hope it's going to be a 120Hz ProMotion display, but there are a few people saying otherwise. It comes with 6 gigs of RAM and 128, 256 or 512 internal storage. It's got a stainless steel frame, and the iPhone 12 Pro Max is of course powered by the A14 Bionic chipset, and this does have 5G support. Just like the iPhone 12 Pro, we get 3 cameras on the rear along with a LiDAR sensor. For those who want the 128GB iPhone 12 Pro Max, it's going to launch at a price of $1,099. If you want the 256GB version, it's $1,199, and for those that want the most expensive in the range, the 512 iPhone 12 Pro Max is going to be launching at a whopping $1,399. Now, it is of course important to note that these pricing leaks came very early on from Jon Prosser. He has provided plenty of accurate leaks, but also got some of them wrong recently. He also provided this very early on, so there is a chance that things could change, but personally I think that they're at least going to be very close to what we see. Overall, the Apple iPhone 12 is proving to be a great range of iPhones that many of you guys are looking forward to. It's great that we've got all of this information already, but personally I do like that we still have some uncertainty, as it's nice to have some surprises at launch. While there may be delays in the release date, the launch is expected to be on time, and that will of course be the 8th of September this year. Given the current outbreak, it's likely that it's again going to be an online-only launch event similar to their last Worldwide Developer Conference. As always though, if any more information comes to light, I'll be sharing with you guys straight away, but as always I'd like to know your thoughts in the comments. Who out there is waiting for the Apple iPhone 12, and what do you think of these new leaks? But thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, smash a thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down twice, and I'll see you guys in the next one.